Hello guys, welcome back to my another episode. Now today in this episode we have someone who started her career as a bar waitress on cruise line, and in a matter of time she learned so many skills, and today she is working as a IT manager. Now you must be surprised how a bar waitress can become a IT manager. Well, let's find out. Let's meet Joanna. She's from Philippines, and we listen to her story, what she has to go through and what she did for this such a major transition from bar waitress to a IT manager. Let's meet Joanna. Joanna, thank you so much.
No,
thank you so much.
for inviting me here. Thank you for being part of this podcast.
Okay.
Well, yeah, like what you said, let's start and let's figure out how did I start in this journey. I'm a graduate of computer science.
Oh, so before you joined Cruise Line, you are actually a graduated in computer science.
Yes, I work with several companies like Accenture, Comcast, Verizon in technical field. So that's where I started. But then in the Philippines, literacy is 90%. So I got lots of competitors.
Okay.
For me to be able to work abroad, because that's what I've been always wanted, to work abroad, because the salary is better compared to the Philippines, right? So for me to get into this kind of field or work abroad is, I need to have a lot of experience.
Okay.
The experience quality should be higher than the rest. And I was young at that time, I was early 20s, so I couldn't. And then I was walking in Calao Street. Everybody knows that in the Philippines. That's where all the seafarers are applying and finding a job. I saw a post.
Okay.
Hiring waitress.
Okay, hiring waitress. Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking, should I take this?
Okay.
Waitress, I know nothing about being a waitress, but when I was 19, actually 18, I started working as a waitress.
Okay.
As a part-time student. Or just to get by, because I didn't born in a well-off family, so I have to help myself.
Okay, so you have to make your money, you have to make yourself stand up so you can take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I said, okay, I will try. And then they called me.
Okay.
Yeah, they called me, I got interview, I got hired as a waitress.
Okay.
And so the first time I worked as a waitress abroad, oh my god, I fainted.
So how many years you have been working with the cruise line?
If I'm gonna calculate the total amount of months, it's like roughly 6.5 or 7 years.
Like 7 years you have been working on cruise line.
Yes.
So first time when you joined as a bar waitress.
As a waitress.
As a waitress you joined
Yes.
first time. And you had no experience before that.
I have no experience working abroad.
But do you had an experience working back home as a waitress?
When I was student.
When you were doing as a part-time job.
As a part-time job.
Just
yes.
to make some pocket money.
Exactly, just to help myself as well.
Okay.
So that's all my experience. Just couple of months being a waitress, and then they gave me chance. I was so lucky they gave me chance, and up until now that's the same company that I'm working with.
Okay.
So fortunately, I've been working in this company for almost 7 years.
Almost 7 years. I have a question. So, yeah, as you said, you are a computer graduate.
Yes.
I mean, was it easy for you being a computer graduate and applying for a waitress position? It never came to your mind that all your study and education gonna go waste?
Yeah, that's true. I have a lot of fears at that time.
Okay.
That, my parents, my sister, my family helped me to get the education. I have a degree. I have a good life working in the Philippines. And then I'm gonna work as a waitress. My salary at that time, you know how much?
How much salary you were making?
I think it was $480 a month.
$480 you joined.
And 4 to 5 months contract per calendar year. So imagine how much I was just earning compared when I was working in the Philippines. I'm earning better in the Philippines. I have a good life in the Philippines. Every payday I'm going out with my friends. I can skip working if I would like to. I can You know, I can move from one company to another. I
Yeah.
was having a good life. But then I said, I gotta be somewhere, you know. I want to work abroad so I can have a little of investment.
Mhm.
I want to be somebody, not just a random girl who, you know.
Yeah, who just do like daily stuff, you know, go to school or go to college or go to a 9 to 5
Yeah.
job, you know, earn normal money. So you don't want to be like that. That's why you took this chance.
Exactly. So I said, I know it's going to be a lot of difficulties for me to work as a waitress, to be with different environment,
Mhm.
but I have a goal. So I said, okay, let's do it.
So what was your first experience when you came on board? As you said, you never been on board before. You never
Yeah.
been abroad before.
Yeah.
Forget about ship. So what was that?
The first time I saw a ship, I was like, oh my God, am I ready for this? Every door is the same. I always get lost where to go. Where is up, what is forward, where is deck 3 or deck 4. It's totally different nationalities, right?
Yeah.
Different culture.
Very true. Different culture, different food.
Yeah, different food, different weather. So within 1 week, I fainted.
Within 1 week, you got fainted.
Yeah, I fainted in the toilet. I was. Can you believe that?
Oh
I woke
my-
up with my head on the sink. Good thing not in the toilet bowl. So I woke up. It's like everything is moving around, like twisting, something like that. So good thing we have a doctor on ship, and it was like, oh, you're stressed. The doctor said, take vitamins, sleep well. But you couldn't sleep, right? On your first time working on a cruise ship, everything's totally different. Everything is opposite from what you have at home.
Yeah.
You have no friends, you have no families. I was always seeing myself crying in the toilet. It's totally different.
You were crying in the
Yeah, I
toilet?
said I don't want to go. I don't want to do this anymore. I want to go home. But then, if I'm gonna go home, what's gonna happen, right? What am I gonna have? It's the same. It's like I'm gonna go back to
Same.
the same
Same.
Joanna
Same.
who have nothing. So yeah, it is totally difficult. But good thing, there are a lot of Filipinos.
Mhm.
You know, the values of the people who's working on that ship is really amazing. Yeah, it's really amazing. They help me to cope up.
No, I understand. You know, being especially when you come on board, especially first time on a cruise line, and especially if you've never been on abroad, it's not easy.
Yeah,
You need to be physically ready. You need to be mentally ready.
exactly.
These are two things very, very important.
That's true.
Nowadays, finding a job on cruise line is not difficult. It's easy.
Nowadays, yeah.
It's very easy. But surviving on
That's
is
true.
difficult.
It is.
It's not easy.
So yeah,
You know, we say like only on ships, only strong survives.
that's true.
That's true.
Mentally and physically. if you're cuckoo.
Yeah. So what was your, when you came first time, what was your shocking part?
The way they respond to you, the way they answer your questions. You know, different cultures, right?
Yeah.
Like for us Filipino, you used to say sorry or excuse me, or we're very polite.
Mm-hmm.
But not different nationalities, like hey, can you please give me, not even please, can you give me that? But they didn't mean that.
Yeah.
It's just the way it's because of the culture differences. So for me, I was shocked. I was like, oh my God, why they didn't say please? Why they didn't say thank you? Why this guy, why they talk to me that way? The tones are very high. Like, they're upset. Are they angry at me? And then I'm taking it personally.
And then you're crying.
And then I'm crying at the end of the day. Like, why are you doing this to me? Why my boss is scary? He's like screaming at me. But they didn't mean it, you know. And then I realized that it's because of the cultural differences.
Yeah, it's a cultural differences, it's a different background. How they're bringing up are very different than other nationality.
Yeah.
But after 7 years, do you understand them now?
Of course, I love them.
So
love
finally,
them.
finally you get to know after 7 years.
Yeah, after 7 years, can you believe that?
So how much time does it took you to get yourself adjusted in atmosphere of cruise ship?
Yeah, after a year, after 2 contracts, I was able to find myself making friends with them.
Okay.
Yeah, where I'm hanging out with different nationalities, Russians, Indonesians, yeah, and then I started reading about themselves, about their culture, about their history, because in that way I would understand their language, their body language, the way how they see other people as well, the way they talk. So I study a little bit about them because I don't want to keep judging them and then keep
hurting yourself for no reason.
Yeah, you know, it's totally totally different, and I work hard to understand where am I going, where is my direction.
So do you think body language make lots of difference?
Yes, that's true.
Right?
That's true. Yeah, you can tell if they're not comfortable because for us Filipino, it's easy for us to talk about religion, right? It's easy because 80% of population is in the Philippines are Catholics. So
Catholic, yeah.
Most of us are. It's very usual that we're talking about. Where did you go to the church? What did you pray tonight? It's really casual for us, but in other nationalities, it's not, right?
It's not.
It's not, especially Europeans.
Okay, so it's a different belief.
Yes, different, totally different as well.
Do you remember any moment when you came first contractor during that time that might have put you in a very uncomfortable situation with the conversation and you might have thought, why I did this? I'm not supposed to say this.
Yeah, something like that. When I asked about the president, their president at that time, I don't want to mention the because he's really popular. So because in my culture it's like he's very bad. No, why is he doing that? And a couple of them are like saying, why are you saying that? He's our president, and you cannot say that. We hate him, but we love him too. Something like that. And I was like, oh my God, I shouldn't say that.
I shouldn't say this,
yeah,
right?
Why?
Yeah, sometimes it's very tricky because the way we look at the people is very different the way they look at their own people, right?
Yeah, that's true.
That's very true because we only know the upper part. It's like a tree, you know. We look at the upper part of the tree, but we don't know the roots. They know the roots, right?
They have better understanding the way I did.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So you said you joined as a waitress. Okay. Then from waitress, how did you move to bar?
From waitress, I applied. Actually, when I was in the river, I applied as a guest service.
So first you joined river ships?
Yes, I work in the river ship. So I went. I applied as a guest service because I want to be a receptionist. My goal at that time is to enter as a waitress because that's the only way I can get into this industry. But then I was really eager to move to another department.
Okay.
So as soon as I get into that position, I wanted to apply as a guest service. But they said, oh, you're just staying in the company for. So you would like to reapply for another. Oh no, I remember. I was. I had a talk with a manager at that time, with a hotel manager, and then they said that they're not offering the contract to the Filipinos because we are having Swiss contract.
Okay.
So yeah, they basically they deny my application, and then I said, okay, let me just transfer to bar because at least it's a little bit easy for me. I'm small. It's difficult for me to carry a lot of plates.
Yeah, it's hard because being a waitress on cruise ship is not easy. You need to be a very physically strong and big, you know, because.
Exactly. So the manager said, okay, let's next contract we can endorse you to become a bar waitress.
Okay.
So yeah, I became a bar waitress, which is helpful for me.
Okay, that's how you came to the bar.
Yes.
But you're still with the river ship that time, right?
At that time, yes. And then I said since there's no contract for Filipino in the guest service, there's nothing else. I cannot move to higher position or higher rank here. Then I need to go somewhere. I asked my manager, can you move me to the ocean?
Okay.
And then they said, okay, you will report the next time you will go, and then we'll give you information how to follow the procedure.
Okay.
So yeah, when I moved here, that's when I met you.
Okay.
Yeah, that was my first contract here in Ocean.
Okay, so first you work with the river ships. How many contracts you work with the river ships?
Oh, because there it's one contract per year, right? It's like
Okay.
7 months per year.
Okay.
So it's like five. I had five.
It's like a
contracts.
seasonal contract.
Yes, it's a seasonal contract.
Okay, it's a seasonal
Yeah.
contract. Oh, okay.
It's like per calendar year,
But, so in total you work 6.5 years so far, including that?
including this.
Including river and ocean?
Yes,
Okay.
more or less 7.
So now probably my viewer is now interested and they would like to know, is it easy to move from one department to another department, like you move from restaurant to bar? And I understand that if there is a vacancy, I think it's easy to move from restaurant to bar, right?
Yeah, that's true.
But do you need to have certain knowledge?
To move to the bar, they wouldn't require you another certifications because it's basically the same, food and beverage.
Okay.
Yeah. But moving to a totally different department, like an IT, they will require you certain requirements, like you need to have experience, you need to have certificates like CompTIA, networking, you need to have knowledge in troubleshooting.
No, I will come to that part because I will come to your IT part as well. I really want my viewer to understand now that moving from restaurant to bar is not really difficult, as you said, right?
It is not.
If there is a vacancy and if the person suits the requirement, I think it's easy to move on certain cruise line. Not all the cruise line, but in certain cruise line it's easy to move, right?
Yes, that's true.
That's
But they will have they will set up an interview
Okay.
just to check if you have knowledge about cocktails, about wines. So basic, it's not really a major application because it's just like a very casual interview. But of course, it's with HR, so they do not require you a lot of knowledge about cocktails, about how you mix it, because primarily you'll just work as a server, as a bar, not the bartender. Because along the way you will learn that anyway. So yeah, basic knowledge in cocktails. Is
Basic
really
knowledge in
important.
cocktail.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was easy. Now, how did you become IT manager? Now, that's gonna surprise my viewers because you started your career as a restaurant waitress. Moving to bar waitress, I understand and my viewer understand. But becoming a IT manager, I think that's gonna be really interesting if you would like to share your journey, that how you became IT manager, how did you change, what certificate do you need to have, what kind of competencies you need to have in order to become an IT manager on ship.
Actually, at first I never thought that I can be an IT manager.
Of course, you never thought.
Yeah, I all I want is to earn better salary.
Okay.
But then when I was a bar waitress, I was thinking like I can't be bar waitress forever. I'm not getting any younger, right? So I gotta be somewhere. So I said I have my degree is computer science. I have a little background in technical. Why can't I use that? So I applied as an assistant, IT assistant. But then before I apply, I prepared myself.
Okay.
I took courses back at home. I was still a bar waitress at that time, but every time I go on vacation, I took short courses.
Okay.
CompTIA. CompTIA is about troubleshooting, about basic knowledge, about basically troubleshooting. And then networking. Network is like, it will give you an idea about internet, about servers, about a lot of information about basically networks. So yeah, I took that when I was on vacation, and then I had my first interview. So when I had my interview and they said, yeah, you can be an assistant manager, just wait for our call. And then they recommended me to take another course. I think it's I can't remember, but I didn't get a chance to take that because it is expensive.
Okay.
It is expensive in the Philippines. I was a bar waitress. So what do you have being a bar waitress?
Yeah.
Right? So, but then they gave me a chance. You know, I believe it is really for you. You will get it. So they gave me a chance. I became an assistant systems manager.
Assistant system manager.
I get along with my manager. I can tell that he recommended me when our manager in the head office asked how am I doing, and he recommended me like, oh, she's good, she's okay, she's working hard. So and then another manager came, and then they recommended me as well. So basically, I get along well with my manager. So it's about attitude, right? Even I know at that time that I don't know nothing. I'm not good, to be honest. I have no major or broad knowledge about this field, but it is the attitude.
It's the attitude. I think it's not only attitude, but also keen to learn more.
Exactly.
Keen to grow.
Yeah.
I think that's important,
Yeah.
right, Joanna?
Continuous learning.
That's true.
Important. So yeah, and then after 2 contracts, I got promoted as an IT manager, and I love it. I am so happy because I'm really enjoying this job. I was able to help other people. I was able to help. I'm able to help a lot, like head of department to you. I'm so happy when you're coming and asking for assistance and leaving our office with a smiley face. Like, thank you, you saved my day, something like that. I was like, oh, I'm an angel, even I'm not. But at least I'm making them feel better.
No,
right?
true, very true. Do you think your family feel proud on you now?
I think so, yeah.
They feel proud on you?
Yeah, I believe so. I'm the only.
Only child?
No, I'm not the only child, but I'm the only one who works abroad.
Oh, you're the only one who works abroad.
Because I don't know, every person have different perspective, right?
Yeah.
They want to stay in the Philippines for good. They want to, but me, I'm a little bit cuckoo. I want something. I want to have something. I want to invest. I want to be, to have something that we never had. And because like what I told you, I didn't grow up in a well-off family. I have to work hard to whatever I want to invest in my life.
So whatever you are today, just because of your hard work, or I would say your dedication, because taking all these extra courses while you were as a bar waitress, spending money to taking online courses, I think that means a lot, because you already had this somewhere on the back of your mind that this is not gonna stop you. You're gonna grow more further.
Yeah.
And I think when somebody have decided that this is what they want to become, nobody can stop them.
Yeah.
So I have a question now. So when you become a IT manager, now you already shared your journey. How did you become IT manager? But probably my viewers are also interested to know now that if somebody is working on a land and doing same kind of IT job, do you think he or she fit to work on a cruise line, or they have to do certain extra courses or certain extra certification they need to have in order to join on cruise line?
Well, if they're on the same field already, there's nothing much. As long as you know the networking, the CompTIA is already there, because you already know that for sure. If you're working as an IT, networking is really important. And the STCW. Yeah.
No, those are basic ship requirements,
Yeah.
certificate, STCW and
Yeah.
stuff. Those are the requirement for everyone. But we're talking about specifically in like job wise, like
The certificate.
IT wise,
Yeah.
IT wise.
CCNA is one of the certifications required. But if you're already in the field, because the entry level is assistant, right? Once you become an assistant, or once you are applying for assistant, they don't require a lot of certificates.
Okay.
As long as you have the basic, you have the experience at least 3 years. You have the CompTIA. CompTIA is what I always suggest to anyone who come to me and ask me what do they need to have. CompTIA is the basic one, the troubleshooting, and learning about cables, about which ports of the computer, how to troubleshoot computers. So yeah, those are just the basic certifications. But if you have more than that, of course, it must be a plus. It's going to be a bonus. You're going to be at least have higher rate of approval.
Higher rate of approval.
Of hiring, yeah.
And do all the cruise line have same kind of requirement?
I believe so. Yeah. I was browsing some. I'm not applying yet, but I'm browsing some of the qualifications. Yeah, they have the same. At least 3 years of experience in the same field.
Or 3 year experience could be from the land as well.
Yes, that's true. land or sea base.
But how difficult IT job is, or how easy it is?
How easy?
Okay, now let's put it this way. What is the most stress level as a IT manager? I know there are scenarios
Yeah.
when you are the most stressed person on board,
Mm-hmm.
because when situation is not in your control,
Exactly.
it's all pressure on you.
Mm-hmm.
So share that experience.
There's no such thing as easy job. I can tell that even in your job, you have a lot of responsibilities, I know. But I think one of the contributor of your stress level would be the higher operation, who will put the blame on you.
Mhm.
But lucky me, I'm in this company, nobody's putting a blame on me. But it's just that the people surround you who have the pressure. For example, you're in your department that related to IT is not working. Of course, it's your operation. You're gonna be angry. Why it's not working? And then when you approach me,
Mm-hmm.
that why it's not working, of course, I would be affected. I would feel like, oh my God, I need to make this thing work. But I need to have a wide understanding that it's not me.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that you're angry about the situation. So I need to have a wider understanding. But of course, from time to time, we're just human beings. We get affected by the people surround you, right? You would feel like they're putting the blame on me. They're thinking that it's my fault. They're thinking that I'm not doing my job. They're thinking that it's my control, but I'm not doing anything. So yeah, of course, there are times that you would feel that.
No, that is when pressure, I understand. Then what happened when it's nothing in your control, let's say, because on cruise ship everything depends on the satellite.
Exactly. Yeah, that's true.
It's
Even
all
phone.
satellite, even your phone, the entire network is on satellite.
Mhm.
My knowledge is very limited, but whatever I know I'm sharing. Learning from you, I would say. But what happened when satellite is not supporting you?
Well, if there's an online procedure, we should always be ready for offline procedure. And what is the offline procedure? Those are the pen and papers.
Pen and paper.
Yeah, for if the guests cannot, or during embarkation, if the guests cannot check in, then you need to have a pen and paper to check them in. Those are the old school procedure, but it always worked. So yeah, and satellites are just there for us. But in case there's mountains,
Mhm.
you know, for example, satellite is here, ship is here, but there's big mountain at the middle.
Peak of mountains.
Yes, that's the main problem. And then operation cannot send an email and receive an email. We cannot contact everybody. So for me, as a systems manager, I need to do something. I need to communicate. Since I cannot do anything about that, but there gotta be something to work as an alternative, right? So I need to contact the shore side. Sometimes they're sleeping at the time they were having the issue.
Because we're in a different time zone, right?
Yeah. So I need to bother them. I need to call them. I need to do all the possible resources to let them know that we need help.
That's a stress level.
Yes, it
stress.
can be stressful, especially if the people around
Mhm.
cannot wait. They cannot wait for your resolution.
Yeah, because on ship everything, I mean, you name every single thing works on IT. IT is very, very important, because if anything is not functioning properly, you cannot check in guests, you cannot check out guests, you cannot do any charge, you cannot charge to guests, you cannot send an email, you cannot receive an email, and the whole communication collapse.
Yeah, so
Right?
that's true. But lucky me, especially in this contract, everybody is helpful. Everybody is able to understand what's going on. That it's not me, but it's sometimes the system.
So what about, because okay, I understand your point, but probably there are so many of my viewers, and actually so many ask me this question, and there are so many questions they ask me about IT jobs. So the reason we are doing this podcast today and you sharing your experience, that's really going to help those people who is looking for a career on cruise ship in IT field. Now when you have situation like this, like you just explained, that there is a satellite which is for us, but there is a mountain in between which you cannot move. What are they supposed to do? But a person who is watching this video now, who probably looking for a career on a cruise ship, who's not aware of these kind of scenarios, that there's a satellite but there's also a mountain in between. So do you suggest those people should have some extra knowledge, or maybe they should be prepare themselves for this kind of eventuality?
Well, if you are in that situation, the first thing that you have to do is take a deep breath, relax. And then you always don't have the answers to give it out to them. But what is important to you is to portray that you know what you're doing.
Okay, confidence is important.
Yes, that's true. If you will show them that you don't know what you're doing, that you're in panic mode, then how are they gonna trust you that you have the resolution, that you are the person who can help and resolve their issue? They will be definitely in panic mode too. So you have to be confident. You have to relax. You don't need to worry about things that it's out of your control. What you have to know is who is your support, who is your contact, who do you need to contact, and who do you need to talk to explain what's going on. You cannot just approach anybody who have no idea what's going on, or who have no idea that what you are working on and what is the possible solution. You have to talk to the person who can help you within the ship. Like, for example, the broadcast manager or your immediate supervisor who can understand you. They might don't know what exactly your job is all about, but at least the communication is really important. You have to let them know that your support, here's what you're gonna do. You have to tell them your plans. You have to tell them what is the expectation or the timeline. When are you gonna resolve the issue?
So, nutshell, confidence is very important. There are certain jobs on board that nobody can replace, and IT manager is one of the job. Cannot be replaced by anybody else. It can only be replaced by another IT expert, right?
Exactly.
A doctor job cannot be replaced by anybody else. It can only be replaced by doctor. So, beverage operation manager can be replaced.
Yeah,
You can fill up the gap for certain time, but you cannot fill a gap of a IT manager or a doctor or a captain. Those positions are very, very critical and require certain expertise to hold those titles on board ship, and IT manager is one of them. Okay, Joanna, so you shared your journey so far, and I think what you have said and what you have explained, it was working for you, it worked for you, fantastic, perfectly, but that doesn't mean it gonna work for everyone the way it had been work for you. So do you think, is it easy to move from one job to another job on a cruise ship?
Yes, it is.
It is easy?
Just believe in yourself. That just make a goal, set up a goal, prepare for a good habit. You need to have a good habit of learning. If you want to acquire certain higher rank position, you need to have, of course, you need to equip yourself with knowledge. That's really important.
Okay. And then everything is possible.
Exactly. Yeah. And prayers, you need to pray. Prayer is just not just a self-meditation, right?
Yeah.
It will, it gives a lot of benefit. I believe on that.
See, I'm doing this podcast, and I'm doing the podcast, basically most of the podcasts what I've done with so many girls. And the reason I'm doing it, I want to showcase and I want to give this trust to the entire world, the girls to the world, that working on a cruise ship, being a girl, it is an amazing career opportunity. You can build yourself financially stronger.
Yes.
You can be a very strong, independent woman, and that's the one of the main reason, or I would say one of the main point to be a empowerment of women, right?
Yes. Well, I'd love to hear that again.
So you are one of your role model. I mean, you started your career from very scratch, and I would say, and today you are standing on a very strong ground, and that shows a woman empowerment.
Yeah, I'm happy.
So would you like to share with the girls around the world what they can do if they want?
For the girls out there who would like to have higher position or a good maybe job or different job, whichever country you want, you just have to believe in yourself. You know, you have to set up a goal, you have to have a good habit, and believe in yourself. You need to have good values. You know, the lesson that you learned during kindergartens will be very useful. You know, lessons like lessons that we have always applying here to follow the rules, right? And this is the reason why I love working on ship. There are a lot of rules, but those are really important. The most important is you know how to follow rules, abide the law. And you need to expect something in return for yourself, that you gotta be somewhere.
Great. Well, Joanna, I think it is really amazing talking to you today, and you know, sharing your knowledge, sharing your experience on a cruise ship. That's gonna really benefit so many women out there. And on the last word, you wanna say something to the female in Philippines in Tagalog. Short and sweet.
Sa mga Pilipina na gustong magtrabaho dito sa cruise ship, I'm encouraging you to be, just to follow your dreams and think about the outcome. Wala namang trabahong madali. Lahat ng trabaho mahirap, but always think about the outcome, na kakamtan nyo yung pangarap nyo.
See, forget Tagalog.
You understand what I said? Yeah, it's difficult to say something in Tagalog. Sometimes I have difficulties, you know, if you want to say it in a very what do you call that? Very meaningful and mean words. So yeah, just follow your dreams, be confident, empower yourself. You know, equip yourself with knowledge. Knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power. And guys, trust me, and I'm telling this in every single podcast. You being a female, if you're looking for a career on a cruise line, this is one of the most safest job you can have around the world.
That's true.
Tell me if I'm wrong.
It's true. You're 100% correct. I've been working in the land for so many years as well, and I witnessed the differences. And I must admit that working on a cruise ship is very strict. Like like you're working in a military. You need to get up. You cannot be late. You cannot be absent. You need to be on a crew drill or practice. You need to follow rules.
But it's safe. But it's safe. Very safe.
Very safe. Everything you need to do is in accordance with safety.
And discipline.
It
makes you a different human.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking that I wish everybody have experience to work in this kind of industry.
You know, people says working when you have experience in defense forces, that's big. That makes you a different human. Same thing with a cruise line. When you work for a cruise line, because we have so many things, and every day we have almost same thing that needs to be done at set time. So you become so disciplined when you work every day doing the same thing. Every day it's become your habit. Then you get up, you have to make your bed. That's a habit. So if you don't have those kind of habit, come and join cruise line. Well, thank you so much. It was great talking to you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.